For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise. And you surely feel naughty when you swallow our coffee. If you want some real heat, give your mouth a fine treat. You will want some more, rest assured. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough of.
It's time for The Scribble, your weekly fix of celebrity chats, bizarre stories in the news, and basic random chatter with best-selling author and syndicated radio host Jeremy Bradley. Make sure your seat is in the upright and locked position and your barf bag is securely in place. Here's Jeremy Bradley.
Thank you very much, Larson. Jeremy Bradley here. This is The Scribble, and thanks for tuning in at thescribbleshow.com and on SoundCloud and iTunes. Well, today on the show, we're taking you to Houston, Texas, and on top of the charts and the open road, those are our syndicated radio shows. We were broadcasting live from all over the city, and so we've got a bunch of those segments for you on the podcast today. So you can take that, and if you're going to go to the Super Bowl or anything in your next upcoming vacations, and you are considering Houston, well, maybe we will convince you to take a trip there. And, you know, I have to say, it was horrible weather. And I mean horrible weather just in terms of rain and cloudy and gloom. But compared to a Canadian winter, like when I got back home to Canada, and, you know, I don't know how many inches of snow there was and the cold and the freezing, I'll kind of appreciate the Houston rain, I'll be honest with you. But I did have to laugh because they were talking about that it was freezing cold and everything, and it really wasn't. And that's just the way you like a vacation, right? You always check the weather before you depart, because then you can rub it in everybody's faces, and you can say, oh, well, look at the weather there. Yeah, you suckers are going to freeze here when I'm gone. And I couldn't do that because we were in Houston, Texas, and then we went to Montreal, Quebec right after. You're going to hear that in the next week or so here. I think 2 weeks from now, you're going to hear it on the podcast. And the weather again in Montreal, well, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Again, cloudy and gray and a little bit rain, a little bit snow. But I don't know, we couldn't get any luck. With the two cities, and they were like two opposite ends of the continent, really. We didn't have weather that was like sunny and nice and warm. But then again, it's Christmas, so do you really want that? There was no snow in Texas, and I wasn't expecting that. But I at least, you know, kind of was expecting a little bit of sunshine. But not, I swear to you, when I landed, I got out of the airport and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice today. And on the way to the hotel, there was sunshine. But then after that, I swear to you, not 1 minute of sunshine in Houston for the however many days we were there. 4 days, I think, 5 days or so. Not 1 minute of sunshine. It rained and was cloudy and gloomy the whole time. So we're going to play for you my cowboy experience, where I got dressed up in a cowboy outfit. I checked out the Downtown Aquarium, and I checked out a National Funeral Museum. Believe it or not, there is a National Funeral Museum in Houston. It's all coming up today here on The Scribble.
Ever had something to get off your chest but never had the balls to say it? That's a load of crap. Speak Free with JB.com is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your chance to tell it like it is and not care what anybody else thinks. Have your say on issues of the day. Join newspaper and radio columnist Jeremy Bradley as he tells it like it is. Hundreds of thousands of people have stopped by, including some well-known celebrities who have had a chat with JB and speak candidly about what's really going on in the world. You can join them too. Have a rant or a rave. Be brave and head on over to www.speakfreewithjb.com now.
Jeremy Bradley, live in Houston, Texas, experiencing everything that this state and the city has to offer. And it's brought to you by our friends at Pricearazzi.travel. Flight prices go up and down more than the airplanes. Pricearazzi.travel helps you get money back. Register your email address at Pricearazzi.travel. Book flights on Expedia.com, and if they become cheaper in 24 hours, you could end up flying for free. Find out how to save on your Expedia flights at Pricearazzi.travel. I'm at Texas National Outfitters, just about to get into some cowboy gear. I'm going for the full experience. I'm here with Bill, and your nickname, though, Bill?
It's Fireball Bill.
Fireball Bill. Thanks for having me in today. So I got to say, when I walked in here, it's cowboy country is what it is, right?
Absolutely. Our goal is to give everyone the Texas experience. Gary Peanut has a song that says, we're taking Texas to the country, we're taking Texas to the world. And that's exactly how we feel. That is our new theme song. As we're all Texas all day, every day. That's who we are.
Well, not only is it a store, but it's definitely sort of, a community hangout, right? Because you've got live entertainment here, you've got events that happen all the time, you've got ice carving out in the parking lot, right?
That's exactly right. We have something for everyone. We like I said, we pride ourselves on Texas culture, so we have Texas music. That's just a natural fit for us. So we have built a live stage here, usually Thursday through Saturday, but occasionally you come in on a Monday, we'll have somebody performing live. We have something, once again, we have something for everyone. The ice carving out in the parking lot. We have live leather tooling demonstrations right here in the store. We actually hand make our own boots here in the store. You can walk in and see our master boot makers making boots right here.
And you're backlogged, which is a good problem to have.
Absolutely. It's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
We're about 4 months out right now.
And you're making them out of almost, where's the DJ? DJ Alex, over here. Come on now. Hiding there in the shadows. You were giving me the tour earlier, talking about all the different animals and the skins and the hides that people can use for boots and different products. Name some of those that people might not necessarily expect.
Well, we can make stuff like Arapaima, which is also known as the Amazon River Monster. It's a massive fish. It's ugly as sin, but it makes a heck of a boot. And then you've also got Stingray. You can make a boot out of stingray. Not many people understand that, and it is a tough leather. You've got your normal gator, you have your ostrich, you have your bull hide, goat hide. You bring us a hide, we can make a boot out of it.
Hippopotamus and giraffe. I've got giraffe boots over here.
Well, that brings the question, though, is that, so if I want giraffe, do I have to bring in my own giraffe? You have giraffes? How does it work?
We do both ways. If you want to bring in your own hide, then we price accordingly. And if you want us to source the hide, then we price that accordingly as well.
Otters, too, right?
Yes, definitely. Otters as well.
14 otters, or what was it?
There's 7 otters per boot, just about.
Go ahead.
No, I'm laughing.
Let's name drop some of the the local famous people, but you've also got some really well known legendary country artists too that you work with.
Well, absolutely. We're working with the Bellamy Brothers and Robert Earl Keen and Vince Gill, and we're actually starting something on Sleep of the Wheel, and we've got Oak Ridge Boys that we're working on at the moment.
Yeah, and again, we've had Oak Ridge Boys, Statler Brothers, a whole bunch of artists on our show as well. So now when people come here, they can expect really to be outfitted from head to toe, because I'm physically right now outfitted, literally head to toe, and we've got those pictures on our website, houston.jbonair.com. So basically, you can come in off the street, you were saying, sandal in flip-flops and a T-shirt, and go out looking like you're from here.
That's exactly right. If you come in, if you're out of town and you want to have the Texas experience, come on in, grab yourself a shot of whiskey, belly up at the bar, and we're going to get you outfitted from head to toe. I'm talking hat all the way down to the sole of your foot. We got bolos, we got vests, we got shirts, we got belts, we got buckles. We have buckles by famous artists as well, such as the Greg Jensen's, and we also have Max Lane. And these are 0.925 sterling silver. I mean, this is not steel wrapped in silver. This is silver. So you're getting a quality product made by hand. You're not going to find this product in a store shelf at a local department store. This is a one-of-a-kind experience, a one-of-a-kind product, and you're going to be treated just as you are, which is one-of-a-kind.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, houston.jbonair.com. You mentioned whiskey. Gentlemen, shall we?
Absolutely.
It brings up a question, though. You were telling me about, an 8-year-old girl.
Yes.
Very crafty, very handy, and you've got her products now that you're selling in the store.
That is exactly correct.
They're not whiskey products.
No. They're not.
That was my transition as we walked from one place. Now we're standing at a bar here. You can't see this on the radio, but we've moved over. But so certainly, you said, was it mom came in or?
Her mom came in, and she had a portfolio of jewelry that she was seeing if we would carry. And we took a look at it, and we decided, this is something that we want to have in our store. And we did a little bit of backlog and trying to figure out exactly what she's got, a nice little backstory. And we asked her, well, did you make this? And she goes, no, I didn't make this. My daughter made this. At which point we thought, okay, well, maybe your daughter's in college. And we asked her, is she in like a design school for jewelry? And it turns out, not so much. She goes, no, my daughter's 8.
A little bit younger.
And just straight-faced, and we're blown away by the quality of work. We would expect an 8-year-old to make an 8-year-old quality of work. But no, this girl has a serious talent for producing a quality product. And you come in, you buy something made by her, it's not going to a foreign country. It's not going overseas. It's staying right here in the local economy. It's going to produce, a college education for her. It's going to put, food on her table. It's going to further her studies in what she loves to do and what she's gifted at doing. This could be the next, Louis Vuitton of the country western. I mean, I don't know how to say that the right way, but it could definitely become one of the better jewelry designers out there.
Well, it's very exciting for us as what we try to offer here is what we said, the true Texas experience. But we deal with homegrown products, and we have over 50 local artisans that we utilize. So when you come in our store, you see something one day, and if you like it, you better get it, because when it's gone, and we're replacing it with something else that they've made. And so we rotate products all the time, and you never know what we're going to have.
Again, a good problem to have. But that's really what it's all about, though, too. I've only been in Texas for a few days, but it's just this down-home, comfortable feeling, like everybody's family. And so that goes a long way, instead of being a retail chain where the stuff is made, as you're saying, overseas and by machines, and there's no love put into it. And this means a lot more when you're the customer, and then also when you're the manufacturer, when you're the maker of the product.
It absolutely does, and that's what we pride ourselves on. It's every day is a new day for us, and I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning, can't wait to get to work. My mind's just racing, because who's going to come in our store today? What are we going to buy today? What are we going to sell today? And and when I say sell, it's just, what are we going to put you in today? The product that we have sells itself. We try to educate our guests when they come in, and they make the determination what it is to be perfect for them. And everyone walks out with something, and it's because that's what they choose to do.
You're waking up at 4 a.m. What time are you getting in?
A little bit later than that. But generally, I'm at home trying to figure out where we can get our next product from. Who we can get inside this establishment to really represent the Texas culture. For example, we have Jonathan Mitchell coming up and playing here in just a little bit, and he's one of the Texas country artists. He's a homegrown, and he's starting to get a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can come in here and you can watch him play for free. If you go out to one of his concerts, you're paying $20 to get through the door. And you can come in here and watch him play for free in a family experience.
And have a cold
It's much more. It's closer. It's more intimate. It's more personal, I think. Yeah.
Exactly. And we have staff that are from basically all walks of life. We've got ranchers, we've got people that rode horses, we've got bull riders, we've got a gentleman who played with George Strait in the Ace in the Hole band. And I mean, how often are you going to walk in and buy a pair of boots from George Strait's fiddle player? You can do that here.
Only here is where it's going to happen,
exactly
right?
right?
And so when people want more information to check out the store, let's go with the address, website, anything else that people can
We're
look up.
8933 Katy Freeway in Houston, and our website is www.t-n-o.com.
All right, we'll be sure to look that up. Okay, so we've got these here. We're going to say bye to everybody, and we are going to do our cheers to the great guys here for getting me outfitted. Again, houston.jbonair.com is where we've got all those pictures. All right, thanks so much, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Airfares go up and down more than planes themselves. Pricearazzi.travel has you covered when flight prices change on Expedia.com. If the prices drop, you'll be sure to know about it. There's already so much to remember when you travel, and you shouldn't have to worry about paying more than you needed to on your flights. Let Pricearazzi.travel keep an eye on that for you. Your biggest concern should be if you've packed enough money to buy all the trinkets you really don't need, or if your swimsuit shows off enough skin in all the right places, or that while you were away, the kids have enough food in the kennel and that the dogs get to school on time. Wait, flip those last two. Simply register your email address with Pricearazzi.travel and then book your flights on Expedia.com. Your itineraries are automatically sent to Pricearazzi, and you could do your happy dance if the flight becomes cheaper in 24 hours. Better yet, you could actually end up flying for free. And who doesn't love free, right? Find out how to save on your Expedia flights at Pricearazzi.travel. Avoid bank account turbulence and sign up now at Pricearazzi.travel.
Jeremy Bradley here, once again back live in Houston, Texas, and all of our coverage is at houston.jbonair.com. And our Speak Free Live event is brought to you by Pricearazzi.travel. Flight prices go up and down more than the airplanes. Pricearazzi.travel helps you get money back. Register your email address at Pricearazzi.travel. Book flights on Expedia.com, and if they become cheaper in 24 hours, you could end up flying for free. Find out how to save on your Expedia flights at Pricearazzi.travel. That's Pricearazzi.travel. And if you miss your flight, you can always just go for a swim at the Downtown Aquarium. Really, that's maybe not. That's not the safest thing. I'm here with Mike Smith. He's the Park Operations Manager. Thanks for having us in here. This is pretty incredible for downtown Houston, isn't it?
Oh, yes. It's a great experience for families and for anybody who is from here, Houston, or, is just here as a tourist. They can come down here and have a good time.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of exhibits. We've, of course, got aquariums, hence the name, and there's fish species and mammals. You've got, how many different types of fish are there here?
We have about 60 forms of different marine life. There's about 600 or more fish that we have here on property, and different forms of different enclosures and exhibits that we have.
Snakes. What are some of the other?
Oh, we have boas. We have reticulating pythons. Of course, we have spiders. We have alligators. We have turtles. We have tigers. We have anything, different parts of the world that we have. We want the guests to experience. We have a lot of different animals here. So
I know, Mike, you're going to go in and hand feed the boa. You were saying just before we went on the air, right? That's your big trick that you're going to show everybody.
Oh no!
It's not going to happen. I tried. We were going to live stream that. That would be ratings gold for us. So inside, yes, you've got the aquarium, many different tanks to look at, and then there's the restaurant where almost it looks like every single seat has a view of the aquarium, right?
Oh yes, the aquarium restaurant sits about 340 guests, and you sit and mesmerized by a 150,000 gallon centerpiece tank, and different fish from different parts of the world are in there, anywhere from sharks to Napoleon wrasse to groupers. It's a really cool experience for people to just come in and dine and have the experience of watching animals and a beautiful aquarium as they have a great meal.
People are Googling what those kinds of fish are right now, but we've got those pictures again, houston.jbonair.com. You were telling me, is there like a 3-story? What is this big tank that we have? It goes from the main floor up 3 flights, right?
Oh, yes. One of the main tanks we have here goes from the lobby of the first floor all the way to the 3rd floor banquet facility. So it's a 50-foot, 50,000-gallon cylindrical tank. And it has fish on all levels. You'll see them from the bottom all the way from the middle to the top.
So when we head outside, now there's sort of a carnival atmosphere as well, right?
Oh, yes, of course. The entertainment aspect that we have for the aquarium, we want to enhance it by, giving the carnival games that we have for the carnival for people who want to enjoy, being able to win a prize. Or we have 5 different rides here they can actually have an opportunity to ride, anywhere from a train ride, carousels, couple drop zones, and a large 100-foot Ferris wheel.
Raining today, we couldn't do the drop zone, but I did demonstrate how I can throw like a girl and I won a prize.
Yes, you did.
I did. It took me a few shots. We went on the Ferris wheel, though, too.
Right, the dive bell Ferris wheel. 100-foot tall Ferris wheel has an immaculate view of the landscape of the downtown Houston area. So, it's great, especially at nighttime where you have the panoramic view of all the neon lights and stuff that we have going on downtown.
So drop the kids out there, and then the grown-ups can have a drink at the bar, right?
Oh, yeah. If you have time, we have a bar, of course, on the 2nd floor restaurant level, the dive bar. You can enjoy a nice little cocktail while your kids are having a good time.
So houston.jbonair.com is where we have our highlights, but where is the website that people can check out officially the aquarium?
The official aquarium restaurant would be www.aquariumrestaurants.com, and you would just click on the Houston app, or the Houston link part.
Okay, so I think it's time to go take a train ride, Mike. I think that's what we've got to do now, right?
Absolutely. If you come to the aquarium, the main attraction here, or one of the main attractions here, is the train ride. We have over 500,000 riders on that train. You definitely have to ride that ride. You sit under a 200,000-gallon shark tank, so you want to see that, see all the big sharks.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for having us. Again, houston.jbonair.com.
We hear you chirping. Get scribbling. Tweet up the Scribble at The Scribble Show. Join the discussion with Jeremy Bradley. It's all going down right now on Twitter at The Scribble Show and at thescribbleshow.com.
Jeremy Bradley here, back live from Houston, Texas. And all the fun is on our website at houston.jbonair.com, and it's brought to you by our friends at pricearazzi.travel. Flight prices go up and down more than the airplanes. Pricearazzi.travel helps you get money back. Register your email address at pricearazzi.travel. Book flights on expedia.com, and if they become cheaper in 24 hours, you could end up flying for free. Find out how to save on your Expedia flights at pricearazzi.travel. That's pricearazzi.travel. Okay, so I'm at this hidden gem in Houston that admittedly not very many locals even know about. And I'm thrilled to be at the National Museum of Funeral History, and I'm with Bob Bedeker, who's, well, one of the big cheeses here, right, Bob?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm the CEO of the museum.
I got to say, when we were researching this show and what we were going to be putting together, when we saw this, we thought, we've got to check this out. And having no expectations of what it was or what it is and how big it is and how many pieces you have here, it's quite incredible. So let's describe for people, walk them through it. We've got the presidential funerals. You've also got some papal. You've got tons. This looks like a car dealership, Bob. Tell us everything that you have here.
Well, it would take a lot longer than
we have.
Than your show. But as you said, that we have a presidential exhibit with a lot of memorabilia from President Reagan's funeral, President Ford, and also going all the way back to Truman, to Roosevelt. As you go, we have a lot of one-of-a-kind antique cars from 1832, which is a horse-drawn hearse, which we think is the oldest in the country, all the way up until a 1973, which is a Mercedes used for Princess Grace of Monaco. A lot of the hearses here are all hand-carved, and they're a one-of-a-kind car. Well, from there, we go into an exhibit that is called Thanks for the Memories, and we have memorial folders in there along with other memorabilia from the funerals of the famous.
Lots of celebrities. You got Marilyn Monroe, right?
Marilyn Monroe, Michael Jackson, Walt Disney, a lot of the Westerns. Mm-hmm. We also have sports figures, astronauts, just about really everybody that we have been able to collect a memorial folder on. We have an exhibit from the Smithsonian Institute, which is the Wall of Memories, and that is the original dedication of the Vietnam Wall, and there's about 86 photographs. And we were honored and privileged to be the keeper of this exhibit. People always ask about embalming, so we have the history of embalming with Dr. Holmes, and then about mourning, how that our ancestors mourned a death, which was 3 days of heavy mourning.
And some really historical mourning. We're standing right in front of a 9/11 exhibit. You've also, as I mentioned at the top, the presidential funerals. Let's talk about how you get some of these pieces, because you've got some officers, you've even got some of the original flowers from the displays at the funeral.
Well, we know different people.
You know everybody. Don't you know everybody?
Yes, I don't know everybody, but we know a lot. I was involved in both President Reagan and Ford's funeral, so of course
You're in pictures here.
Well, thank you. And so I have met different generals, different people that were involved in the funerals, and I've asked them for their uniforms, and we got them.
You just ask them.
Ask them.
Wow.
And say that we would like to put it into the museum, that you'd be a permanent part, and we send them pictures. But I have been talking to them over the years, and then when they finally retire from, the military service, well, then we were able to acquire some of their uniforms, their boots, just different items like that.
That must be a lot for them to, I don't want to say give up, to hand over, because those uniforms mean a lot to them, right? But I guess you tell them what you're using it for, so then it's...
And they become a part of history.
Yeah.
Because now that the public can actually see their uniforms and relate of what happened during the funeral service itself, you can see a lot of pictures of the generals and of the different people on the funeral. But when you actually see it and then watch it bling and sparkle, you really see, wow, he wore a beautiful uniform, and we want to share it with everybody else.
Pope rings and Pope mobiles. Tell us about that.
Well, the Pope mobile that we have was...
It's what it's actually called. Sorry.
That's the original name. And the Pope mobile we have is the 1973 that was used for Pope John Paul II in England when he visited there. And one of our board members has a very large collection of professional cars. And as we were planning out the Pope exhibit, his name is Buck Camphausen. Buck said to me, "You want a Pope mobile?" And I said, "Sure." Never thought another thing about it. And about 6 months later, a big car carrier came in and said, "Hey, we got a Pope mobile for you."
I had a nickel for every time I'm asked that.
Yeah. And so anyway, so now we have that on display here.
And pictures even dating back to 1930, I believe it is,
Right.
when they started.
Yes.
And now this is a huge facility because you've also expanded recently, and you've got plans for even bigger and better things, right?
Right. We first started off with 20,000 square feet, and then when we added the papal exhibit, then we added another 10,500 square feet. Our next big exhibit that is going on is a history of cremation, because our country is experiencing an increase in cremations.
You're saying that's very, very popular these days.
Absolutely. Cremation now, I don't remember the exact, but I think that our country now is up to like 40%, and it's growing. It's becoming very popular, and we really don't talk about it much. So we are building an exhibit, it's about 1,800 square feet, about the history of cremation from the history of around the world, of what all of the other countries do, to what we are doing now, and the American history of cremation when it first started, and then now with all the choices of scattering, to be interred, to just keeping the ashes at home, has really changed the focus of the funeral industry, because cremation now is becoming really big, and also a personalization of a funeral service to what the family wants.
And people can also get the space here to have their own functions, right? You were telling me?
Sure. That we have different functions, everything from birthday parties to celebrations, usually at the corporate world. But if different organizations would like to have meetings here, we have meeting rooms. So we've had different companies have a meeting here, and then after their meeting, then they tour the museum. So it's just something different that we have to offer, is bring out your company. We can cater your lunch, hold your meeting, and then we will take you through the museum.
How many places like this, a funeral museum, are there, whether in the country, in the world? To me, I don't know that they're very common, but I could be wrong.
Well, we're the largest in the country, in North America. We think that we're the largest in the world. We don't have any way to confirm that, but we think that we are. But there's several different museums that may be 3,000 square feet. We're 30,500 square feet. Also, back, different funeral homes had in their basements a little museum that, that their community would come into and then look. But freestanding, dedicated to this full time, we're the only ones this large in North America.
Finally, one last question then. Of all of the celebrities or dignitaries there's got to be one person who you just want to get something from their funeral, whether they're dead now, alive. There's got to be one person. You were telling me Prince before?
Well, he didn't have a regular funeral service,
right.
So there wasn't a memorial folder. You can find different things online, but it's really challenging for us to when somebody passes away that is a notable person, and they may not have a service. What can we do to honor that person? Maybe with Gene Wilder, he did not have a service. So we are having a display made of his picture when he was in Willy Wonka, and we have also purchased a hat that's a replica of what he wore, and different items like that, a Willy Wonka bar and things like that, so that the public can kind of really relate. But it's a little bit challenging for us when they don't have anything at all. And and we want to honor them. So we get creative, and we put on our creative hat, and off we go.
And literally with the hat on that one. But it's something that's going to trigger the memory when people come and look through. So where can the public get more information about this place, this fabulous museum?
If they go onto our website, nmfh.org is our complete website. It has upcoming events on it, and you can actually tour the museum from our website. We also have a gift shop on you know the website. You can get Undertaker root beer. You can get Undertaker water. And our byline is any day above ground is a good one. So we have hats, shirts, everything like that.
Well, I said, if I knew about this place but I didn't come, I would just die. Oh, jeez. And on that note, they're groaning in the corner over there. I see you. All right. Well, thanks so much for having us. I've learned so much today. Definitely check out the pictures and information on our website, houston.jbonair.com. Bob, thanks so much for having us here. It's been great.
You're certainly welcome, and bring down the entire family, because we even have a scavenger hunt here for the kids, that they have a clipboard and they can go around and try to find items that
now you tell me. We've got to go through again, Bob. Jeez, all right.
You think that I'm going to let you out that easy?
Good point. Houston.jbonair.com. I'm back here live with you on The Scribble. Again, you can subscribe at thescribbleshow.com and on SoundCloud and iTunes. One more link for you, houston.jbonair.com. You've heard it all half hour. We are back again next week from Houston with more Christmas highlights right here on The Scribble. Bye-bye, everybody.
Want more Scribble? Check out thescribbleshow.com for past shows, celebrity interviews, cheapskate tips, and more. That's at thescribbleshow.com and on Twitter at The Scribble Show. The Scribble is a speak-free media presentation.
If you want some real heat